Following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah! Welcome to 2022. Little music there to get you going today. Yeah, everybody, welcome in the mornings on Main Street. Excited for what we got planned for this year. Excited for what we got planned for today on the show. After the blizzard we got last night that came through Middle Tennessee. We'll put up a few pictures for you in just a minute. I'll tell you, I drove from the great city of Donaldson to Lebanon, and roads were fine. So interstates were good, roads were fine. I only go on the two main roads, Lebanon Road, then of course I-40, and it was good to go. So if you're making your way in, a little extra caution today, but for the most part, the roads were fine and dandy. Looking good today, invigorated. Feel good to go. Let's bring in my good friend, the intern, this morning. Intern, how are you, buddy?
I am doing well, sir. How are you?
Look at you, man. You got you've moved locations again. This is getting to be kind of a challenge for me.
Yeah, I'm actually in the Titans locker room right now.
Somebody took a video in the locker room yesterday of a naked player. I'm not sure if it was a Titans player or if it was someone with the media. I'm not sure, but that's just.
Do you know which player?
No, I don't. And why would I know?
That doesn't matter.
Player?
Yeah,
it was the backside. It was the backside of a Titans player that I guess he was getting ready to go to the shower. So I don't know which player it was, and I really don't want to know what player it was.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know why.
It's funny. My career in TV, I had an intern one time. I was off work. We had an intern one time that cut video of a locker room interview, and she showed it was behind the background. She showed full frontal.
No.
And they yelled at her, and I was like, it's not her fault because the person that was on duty should have checked the video first. You got an intern cutting video. It'd be like, you're a special kind of intern, okay? I trust you. But if you had an intern per se that cut video, I would go back and double and triple check just to make sure everything is aligned. And this person did not do that, and therefore this video made TV. So they got mad at the intern and made her leave, which I was not a fan of.
That's interesting that it went through so many set of eyes before like the final product and it still didn't get caught, right?
Well, no, it didn't. That's the problem. It didn't. They just, this
They trusted just
person
an
I worked with said, go cut the video. She cut the video of an interview, came back, loaded it in the system, and went down. By the time it hit air, there it was. I mean, it wasn't like it was in the background, but still, it shouldn't have been that way. And don't get mad. I mean, go double and triple check things if somebody's never done that before.
Right. If that happened to me, or if I was the one that did that video, I would have just left the building.
Well, they made her leave the building, which was not very nice and not really, her fault per se. All right, so let's get this up here update, intern. Hold on.
All
right. These are some from the WeatherBug Network. Thank you, WeatherBug. Traffic cams around Middle Tennessee right now. And you can see the roads. Is that coming through okay?
Yeah, it looks good.
That was a half-hearted answer.
My voice is cracking, I went to the game.
Puberty gets you every time, buddy.
I know. I'm like, finally.
Here's like this camera number 4 over here, I-24 at Crutcher Street. I've grown up here, lived here my whole life, never heard of Crutcher Street, which means that I need to get out more.
Where is that?
It's Crutcher Street.
Oh, of course, yeah, right next to Crutches.
Right, so it's right. But you can see from these shots, these cameras are up to date and live. You see the snow in the median there, but the traffic looks to be flowing pretty well so far.
It snowed so much last night. That's insane.
But nothing stuck, right? You were downtown.
I was downtown Nashville, right? So I came into Lebanon this morning, and my whole house was covered. It looked like 3 or 4 inches, which is an exaggeration, I think. But
yeah. I don't think you got 4 inches of snow in Lebanon.
It was like 8 feet.
It could barely. We left Friday to get here today, but the roads look pretty good so far. I had no problems coming in, and you came in from Nashville this morning too, as well. So you had nothing.
Easy
right?
breezy. Yeah, there was no traffic or anything.
Yeah. So there we go. So look, our goal every morning is to give you the latest news and make you feel good about yourself, and give you ways to get in and out of work and not have no problem. And there you go. All right. So the big screen, we stopped that, but there's a screen on here in just a second, is the big news here, intern. You were there yesterday. So let's bring it in. The Tennessee Titans, AFC South champs. You were there yesterday. How cold was it?
It was pretty cold. I'm not going to lie. It was rainy and cold, but I couldn't even feel anything except tingling because of how hype I was. It was insane.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was so much fun. So much fun to see them score that many times, and our defense got.
Wait. No. Let's stop right there. Our defense? You mean Main Street Media's defense? I got a problem with people.
You're one of those guys.
Oh,
huh?
I am that guy because, as Jerry Seinfeld says, they played, you watched.
Well, that 12th man out there.
All right, you can be a 12th man. That's fine.
There you go.
But people are like, yeah, the only person can say we are the people on the team are Amy Adams. Say, we did this and we did that.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think you got the job. Well, congrats. So it was a fun time, you and your papa intern?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. We went out there, stayed the whole game. And I was actually surprised with how many Dolphins fans there were, but they left unhappy.
I used to be a Dolphins fan years ago. They changed their helmet logo, which made me mad.
Yeah, I do like the old
They went
one.
from like a Dolphin with a helmet on who looked like he was coming down the field on a kickoff to knock your block off to whatever this thing is they've got now. It's like, wee. I'm not a fan of it. The only reason I'd go on the game yesterday would be to see Dan Marino because he was there.
Right, of course. He's a starter, I think.
Yeah, Dan Marino's the greatest quarterback in history of National Football League. So did you had a good time with Papa Intern?
Definitely did. It's the first time seeing Tua in action.
Oh, yeah. How was that? They put him on his butt, didn't they?
They did. He was running around there. He's a quick guy, and left-handed throwers always freak me out, so that was fun to see.
All right. Well, good. Luke Worsham from A to Z Sports will join us at 7:20. He does a great job covering the team. He's got a lot of opinions, too, on the team, too. So excited to have him joining us this morning at 7:20. Luke Worsham, A to Z Sports. All right. So let's do this now. Let's hop right to the what people – I got asked about it twice this weekend. Intern, and that's our comic strip tease. I don't know why people like this because we did it as a joke, but it's taken off.
Right. I love that. I love that you guys love it because we love doing it. It's the funnest thing of the day.
2 people asked me about it, and they both said, "Where'd you come up with the idea?" I'm like, "Well, it's one of those things. We just came up with the idea one day, and
right.
That was it. That's all we got."
All right, okay, let's try this.
Let me find out where it is there. I have there. I see it there. Of course, I click on the wrong thing. You having a good morning so far?
I am, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. So find this page. Let me see. Is that it? No. Is that it? There we go. All right, our cartoon today is the very funny Barney Google. Now, to tease ahead in the show, we got a lot of good the show coming up this morning for you. 7:10, Ty Fischler will join us, one of the top personal trainers in all of the state of Tennessee, about why you should hire a gym, why you should not hire a gym, and you should hire a trainer if you really are serious about your New Year's resolutions. We'll have that coming up next. All right, so Barney Google, playing the role of the one guy, is myself, using the voice of Hannibal Lecter. Intern, you are?
Vladimir Putin.
Vladimir Putin. This should go horribly wrong, which is redundant, and I don't care. All right, here we go. Barney Google. 3, 2. What's your New Year's resolution, Snuffy?
To find me a new job.
But you ain't got one now.
Well, dang, there goes that idea.
Why are they both laughing?
Because we're so funny. They heard us.
The guy on the left is like, oh my gosh. All right. This segment is sponsored by
Possibly you.
Oh, that's fantastic. All right, let's take our first break of the morning. We'll come back. Ty Fischler will join us to talk about New Year's resolutions and, again, why you should hire a trainer and not a gym if you were serious. We appreciate Ty with his time. That's coming up next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
Yeah, okay, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Band kicking it off great 2022. I've yet to make the mistake of calling it 2021, but the day is still bright and early. All right, so, you know, what happens in January, first week of January, every year, people have their resolutions. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to get strong. They go to a gym. Nobody works with them. They don't lose any weight. They get mad at everybody, and 6 weeks later, they're out, and they're going to not do their resolutions again. But we have a solution for you. Today, this is why you should hire a trainer and not a gym. Let's bring in our good friend Ty Fischler, personal trainer, has so many clients, has changed so many lives. We're honored to have him this morning. Good morning to you, Ty.
Good morning, Joe. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Thank you for answering the call this morning, because you're immediately the first person I thought of when I saw this article about somebody saying hire a trainer and not a gym. And you've seen that, Ty, in your career, where people don't want a trainer, they go to the gym, and then a month later they're gone, haven't lost any weight, and they're back where they started from. You've seen the difference. Why is it important to hire a trainer?
Man, I tell you what, accountability is the first word. Everybody wants that accountability. If you're a human being, you want that accountability. So yeah, we have all those people that have the New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals. They come in 110% fired up. I'm going to make it this year. Come into the gym. They go for a little bit, and then they fade out, just like you said. So no one is there to hold their accountability there. You know, they can come to the gym, they can check into the parking lot, they can maybe not walk into the gym, whatever that they do, but they don't stick with it. So yeah, hiring a trainer changes it 100%. You have people that come in, they have that trainer that's going to hold them accountable. They're waiting for them for their session. They're going to, push them forward. They're not going to let them fail. So if you come to us and say, you know what, Ty, whoever it is, I have a New Year's resolution. I have a new goal. This is where I want to get to going. This is our job to get you there. We're not going to let you fail. We're going to hold you accountable. We're not just going to let you fly off like a lot of people do when they come into the gym and don't have a trainer.
I have seen you on the phone at the gym. When somebody doesn't show up, you call them because it's not a joke. You take this personally, don't you?
I do, man. And my people know that, I expect you to be here on time, doing your cardio, here for your session. I'm waiting for you. And, for whatever reason, if my people do miss, we're looking at, okay, when can we make this up? I'll see you later on today. I'll see you tomorrow. That's the accountability that people are missing when they just join the gym without the actual trainer. It's a huge difference. People know that when they're not showing up in the gym, I'm there texting them immediately. So it helps them.
You talked about, we had you on before Thanksgiving about don't eat Thanksgiving away and below your goal, which you've worked for all year long. But you also said something that stuck with me, Ty. You talked about trainer. You said when you go in, always be asking questions. Why is that important?
You got to ask questions because questions equal success. If you're not asking questions, you're not going to get to where you want to go. You've got to ask questions. A lot of people come into the gym and they just float. They'll jump on a treadmill. Right. They'll try to hit a couple of reps. They'll grab something they think is called a dumbbell. They jump on the machine and end up hurting themselves. That's where all these crazy videos that are online when people get on here and they jump on some machine and they're doing the complete opposite of what they need to be doing. Somebody's in the gym recording them going, oh yeah, I'm putting this online. Those are the people that need to ask the questions because questions will get you success. If you don't have the questions, you're not going to have the success.
I love it. Also, so when people come in, they ask the questions, and it's funny. We've talked about this before. Again, after the first week, you're not going to lose 18 pounds, right? But after like 4 or 5 weeks, you didn't get overweight and out of shape overnight. That's my thing. It took me a while to get how I am. It's going to take a while to get you back on track. So patience, I got to think, is a big part of having a resolution.
Yeah, that's literally, and again, you can ask my people, patience is one of those little nuggets that I throw out there. That is the most important word you can have in your vocabulary. I call everyone that's their best friend. Patience is going to be your best friend because when you have patience, things will happen if you allow them to happen. A lot of people, the first of the year, they come in here, they're like, all right, I made it a week. I'm sore. I can't walk. I should have lost 18 pounds. And it doesn't happen. And then that's when they start going back the other way of not sticking to the gym because they don't have that accountability and they don't have the patience. They got to have the patience, man.
Does this happen every year? People, we see that. I see it, and I'm not at the gym every day, but in January, I just know there's this influx of all new people in there, and you hope they do well and hope they stay. And then, Ty, a month later, they're gone. There's always that one person, though, who sticks with it, and that's the one that always succeeds, whether they hire a trainer or not. And that's why I think they should hire a trainer for the simple fact of the accountability, keep going. And you see the success, Ty. You work with people for years now. You've seen. I talked to a lady you interviewed that we did a story with you that had lost like 75 pounds in a year and a half. You totally changed her life. So in order to make change, you got to be the change, don't you?
Oh yeah, you got to, man. And once in a while, you're right. We do see that one person that sticks it out and makes some good goals by themselves. They usually do try to look for a trainer after that because they want to continue their success. Or maybe they hit a plateau or something, but it's getting in here. It's getting in the nitty gritty. It's working out 5-6 days a week, whatever the regimen is, and making that change. And it's so exciting to see these people come in. And usually you can tell from the get go who's going to stick around and who's going to be dedicated. But this time of the year, it's actually the fun time of the year because we really see some people come in here and really get after it. If we get a chance to kind of wrap our arms around them and give them some love and guide them in the right direction, it's an even better change,
What's the biggest excuse you hear this first week of people who come in and, say, I'm unsure of this, that? What holds them back, do you think?
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff. Time, commitment. The people that come in here, this is a big one. The people that come in here and they do last that first week or first several days, how sore they are. And that soreness, that pain, I can't sit on the toilet, whatever it is, those are the people that unfortunately don't last because they don't like to hurt. Nobody likes to hurt. But I always tell my people, whether they're with me as a client or people I can love on in the gym or whatever it is, if you can pass that first week or two of that serious pain and that commitment, man, the sky's the limit for you. And once you get over that first part of that hurdle, man, things start to happen. And it's that first week that people usually use of, oh, I hurt. Man, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like the hurt and stuff like that. But people don't understand that when you pass that initial horrible pain really doesn't happen again. I mean, we'll get sore and stuff like that, but it's the painness, it's the commitment. I don't want to wake up. I don't have time. There's so many excuses that will flood into people's heads to keep them out of the gym, especially this time of the year.
Love it. Ty, how can people get a hold of you? I know we got your Facebook page up right now. Is that the way to get a hold of you?
Man, Facebook is great. Instagram is great. Body by Ty, Ty Fischler. Reach out to any of the social media platforms. I'm a message away from helping you out. This time of the year, allow a trainer to help you guys. There's a lot of people that are on missions and new goals and commitments. And if you can get in the gym and get it done by yourself, fantastic. But if you can't, reach out to me, reach out to a trainer in general and get to those goals because I promise you they will help you out.
Beautiful. Ty, you're the unofficial trainer of Mornings on Main Street.
I love it, man. I love it.
All right. Have a good day, buddy. Thank you as always.
Thanks, Joe. You too, buddy.
All right. Ty Fischler, Body by Ty. Look, I go to the gym where I see him personal training so many people, and I've talked to people. That's why we got Ty on here. He's changed their life because they have the commitment, and he works with them nonstop. And I've seen the phone call when somebody doesn't show up. The accountability is true and right there with Ty. So thank you. All right, we come back. We're going to talk about the Tennessee Titans. Luke Worsham from A to Z Sports will join us. I like this guy. He's a great writer. He's got opinions. He joins us next. Talk about the Titans right here. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Welcome to Main Street Nashville. Our newly launched e-edition allows you to read our paper online from anywhere in the world. You are in control of how and when you read or listen. Subscribers can access our e-edition online at mainstreet-nashville.com or on a smartphone or tablet using our Main Street Nashville app. In a browser, today's and all previous issues are available at the click of a button. Main Street Nashville is fully responsive. Click and drag your cursor to move the paper left and right. To see photos and text at a larger scale, double-click on a page. Clicking print will allow you to print an article or crossword at your convenience. View photo galleries and videos by clicking the icon on an image. Click play on videos once the screen appears. Main Street Nashville's e-edition is a simple, new way to interact with and consume news. Access the full e-edition of Main Street Nashville on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Read whatever you want, whenever you want. If you have any questions, we're here to help. Call us at 615-527-4104 or email us at news@mainstreetnash.com.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street, everybody, on this beautiful Monday, January the 3rd, 2022. All right, the big news around everywhere that's going on. The Tennessee Titans with a big win yesterday, clinching the AFC South. Let's bring in Luke Worsham from A to Z Sports, who got my text last night to come on the show. Luke, good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Look, I'm a fan of your writing because you have opinions. And I really like that. I like your article. I'll put the article up here in just a moment. But you're talking about, let's not worry about the Super Bowl right now. Let's just kind of savor the moment of winning the AFC South. What made you come up with that?
Yeah, so a lot of times, especially with a game like yesterday that has legitimate implications going into it, before the game even starts, I kind of sit down and I say, okay, what do I write if they win? What do I write if they lose? And obviously that can change if something crazy happens in the game. But, and what I kind of said was, well, if they win this game and they get the division, what the take is, what the opinion is they can't have a repeat of last year where they win the division and they get to the first round of the playoffs and they lay a massive egg and go one and done against the Ravens. But then, the game happens and they embarrass the Dolphins. I mean, that game was a swift kick in the pants to Miami. and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, a division championship really isn't in and of itself all that impressive because as I put in the story, a quarter of the league does that every year. It's not like it's some massive accomplishment. But when you consider what the Titans have endured this year and the injuries that they've gone through, which goes well beyond Derrick Henry, it really is pretty impressive that not only have they won the division, but if they beat a 4-win team next week, they're going to have a first-round bye.
That's the thing that gets me is the fact that, back in after what Arizona really put it to them that week one, to see this team right now at 11-5 and 1 win away from winning the AFC, to me is mind-boggling. Did you think they would accomplish this or at least turn it around to win? You thought maybe the playoffs, right? But get the number 1 seed? I don't think many people thought that.
Yeah, when Henry went down, my sort of view on that was that they were going to keep winning. Like, I didn't think that was going to ruin the season like some people seemed to think. But I always thought that first round bye, which back then was very much in play, as it is now, of course. But I kind of thought that wouldn't be in the cards for them because Henry was sort of the engine of the offense. And I thought that they'd kind of maybe stumble around a little bit. But they've gone 5-3 without him, and it's helped that the other top teams in the AFC have sort of failed to separate themselves from the pack. The Chiefs have been all over the place, as have the Bills and the Patriots. And so, all those teams are kind of right there together. And what separated the Titans is they just win, and they win in a lot of different ways. It's not always pretty. I think yesterday was pretty. I mean, they blew out a team, but they just find a way. And it sounds like a coaching cliche, but, on Monday they come in and they get the plan, and then they work the plan, and it usually works for them, which I think is a credit to Mike Vrabel perhaps more than anything.
Oh, I totally agree with you. And also, all right, so looking forward to Sunday, Luke. They go to play the Houston Texans. Now, on paper, they should beat Houston by 2 touchdowns, but Houston would love nothing more to knock off their division rival and take that number 1 seed away from them. So this game is not going to be a walkover. Houston already beat Tennessee earlier this year. So I expect a very tough game this Sunday in Houston.
Houston's certainly going to give them the kitchen sink. And I remember before the Titans played, I don't remember who it was, the last time they played like a really bad team this season. I don't think it was Houston. It was another game. I remember talking to Kevin Byard before that game and him saying that when you face a team like that, you have to be prepared for everything because they have nothing to lose. So, they're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to run trick plays. They're going to take shots down the field in situations that another team might not because who cares, especially now it being week 18. And I know that the Mike Vrabel Titans have always had this sort of strange propensity to lose games to really bad teams.
Yeah.
But there is something about the notion of this Titans team with the culture that it has getting swept by the Texans and losing to Davis Mills. Because the first time they played the Texans, it was Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. Losing to Davis Mills, something about that just does not sound terribly feasible.
You're right. Also, let me ask you this. A win gives Derrick Henry another week to rest. So if they win, he doesn't have to play until January 22nd or 23rd.
Yeah.
To me, that is huge for this football team.
Yeah, because and again, back to when Derrick Henry got hurt, what the take was, my sort of take was just get to the playoffs, hope he comes back. And if that happens, the expectations reset and we can start thinking about Super Bowl again with this team because, they're not a super team. They're not spectacular, but they find ways to win, and that's what matters. But I just don't think that they're going to be able to overpower Kansas City, for example. And I know they blew out Kansas City in the regular season, but it's different in the playoffs when you talk about them and Patrick Mahomes. And Derrick Henry just gives them so much juice. A.J. Brown said yesterday after the game, he got asked about the potential of Henry coming back, and he said, Henry just gives us confidence when he's out there. And there's just he's a team captain, he's a leader. And I think, based on these national reports that we've seen, virtually everyone seems to expect him to be back potentially this week. I don't know that you bring him back against a lowly Texans team.
Right.
But it's gone from Henry could return from the playoffs to Henry will definitely be back for the playoffs. I think everyone would be very shocked if he was not back for the postseason at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch. Luke Worsham, A to Z Sports. Thank you, Luke. I love your articles, man. Keep up the good work. I appreciate your time this morning, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Luke Worsham, again, A to Z Sports. The Titans take on Houston Sunday. If they win, they clinch number 1 seed in the AFC. God, that just sounds crazy saying that after the way they started the season. But, hey, you know what? They're there, and they have the chance to do it on Sunday. All right, we'll come back. Talk about, we love comedy on this show, right? We love comedy. The intern and I, every morning, we try to laugh, do different things. There's a very cool event happening tonight at a very cool place in Nashville that we want you guys to know about that's going to make you laugh. And there's a reason we're going to bring this on. That's coming up next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Coach Hunt, Jim Toman at Middle Tennessee State. Wanted to give you a shout out and congratulate you on an unbelievable career. Love for you to come this fall or in the spring to Middle Tennessee State and talk baseball or maybe even chat to my team. Maybe catch a game or two. Just an unbelievable run that you've had. There's very few college baseball coaches that have done what you've done, Coach. And I want you to enjoy the retirement. I know you're still working in the athletic department, but take it easy, have fun, stay safe, and just proud of you and all your accomplishments.
I'm Tim Leeper, I own Tim Leeper Roofing, and we do residential and commercial service and replacement. We're basically your friends in the roofing business. We're local, we can help you, we're quick to respond. Without customers, we don't have a business, so if there's anything we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to call.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think about calling for a ride. Nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone.
Oh, sorry. Get the band going. There we go. Yeah. Operator error on that one. My bad. All right. Drop it out. All right. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. All right. We talked about how we love comedy on the show, the intern and I. We love to laugh, positivity, and everything else. But there's a cool thing happening in town over at Third Coast Comedy Club. Let's bring in Scott Elam this morning. He's the training director over there. Scott, good morning to you, buddy.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Look, I love improv. And to me, the fact that Nashville doesn't have more improv classes and events surrounded by improv drives me insane. Thank you guys for bringing improv to the forefront.
Yeah, man, it's been great. We've been here for, we were open before the pandemic, but we were closed for 14 months or so. So we just reopened in May. It's been great.
Tell me about the improv classes, because first I tell people that you were going to come on, And like, oh, improv, that's kind of cool. I'm like, no, improv. All the Saturday Night Live heroes and legends all started in improv. I mean, just about every single one of them. Tell me about you guys and the improv you got going on and what it all offers.
Yeah, you're totally right about those folks from SNL. I spent a decade plus at the Second City in Chicago, and it was just a who's who of SNL cast got their start in Chicago. Here in Nashville, yeah, we have a 6-level improv program. We have musical improv classes. We have stand-up classes. It's a ton of fun. It's a great way, a lot of people take those classes because they're interested in being professional comedians. But the vast majority of our people who take those classes take them to meet new people or to learn how to think on their feet or to be better public speakers. We get people kind of taking it for all sorts of different reasons.
I love it. And there's with the website up right now on the screen to next year. If people have been like, well, I'm not sure. I always tell people, just go for it. I mean, if you sit in your chair and think about how great it could be, it's not going to be. Just do you find people who are like, God, I wish I'd have done this a year or two ago? Because I think you probably do.
All the time. We get people wishing they'd done it a decade ago. I mean, people finally take those classes, and it's so much fun. It's incredibly fun. You meet new people, and it's for me, I think it's great. Like, I took those classes in 2007 when I was in college, and I had a little bit of social anxiety, kind of having a hard time meeting new people, getting to know them, feeling anxious when I went to parties and things like that. And this was a great way. It was a really safe, supportive, welcoming environment to kind of put on my funny hat and try out some, characters.
What is, the people that you come and you take the class and all that, what's the one thing after a first class you want them to take away from this?
Yeah, I think, one thing that we really preach is that they're enough and that their voice matters. I think a lot of people come on stage thinking, I have to be funny. I have to say something interesting. I have to do something. And we really try to, quite frankly, break them of that a little bit and tell them that you're unique and you bring a unique life experience to stage, and that's enough. And so trusting yourself that your perspective is funny and interesting. So I think people leave that class feeling supported and feeling like, hey, this is a group of friends or a group of people that I'm really going to enjoy working with.
Scott, I got to think in your time, the 10 years up at Second City in Chicago and here, you've seen some amazing transformations in people.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when I worked in the youth and teen program at Second City, we worked with kids ages 11 to 18. And we had one summer, must have been 2007, 2008, a young woman from North Carolina join just for a week-long immersion. And when she came up there, we had to send someone in class with her. She was so nervous. She would take multiple breaks during the class because she would just get overwhelmed with people and being on stage. She really struggled to sort of be on stage and in a group like that. And then flash forward, I think it was maybe 3 years later, I was working that same summer camp, and she was getting on stage by herself, doing stand-up, leading groups in exercises. It's really incredible to see introverts kind of come out of their shell a little bit. You're absolutely right. We see some really cool transformations in people.
Third Coast Comedy Club, I think what you guys do in the place is vastly underrated in Music City and Nashville. A lot of entertainment, a lot of things going on. And I think that you guys, what you offer is great. I know it's tough to find footing in a town like Nashville, country music and everything. But Scott, I think you guys at Third Coast have done a great job of keep putting the word out there, keep telling people what you're doing. And I'm so glad to see the success that you guys have had.
Thanks, Joe. We really appreciate it. I think we're a great alternative. If you come to Nashville for a 4-night weekend, you might only want to see music 3 of those nights. So when you're looking for something other than music to do, you can leave Broadway and explore the rest of the city.
I think it's a great idea. Now, for you, did you do a lot of improv?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I was in Chicago, I was doing improv 3, 4, 5 nights a week sometimes. That was too much. I don't recommend it doing that much. But now that I'm here in Nashville, I spend more of my time directing and teaching than performing, but I still do a little bit.
It's funny you talk about being shy and kind of nervous. You know, you came from where Chris Farley was up there, correct?
Oh, yeah.
And the stories are legend of how he was nervous and insecure and hit that stage at the Improv in Chicago, and then the rest is history with Tim.
Yeah, I think a lot of people find that when they get on stage and they get to play characters. Plus, when they get to play characters surrounded by people who, there's a mantra in improv before every show, we say, "I've got your back." And it means when we go out there, we're going to take care of each other and make each other look like rock stars.
Yeah.
I think it helps a lot of people come out of their shells.
Oh, man, that's awesome. Scott, I know it's early, man. Thank you so much. We'll continue getting out the good word, what you guys do over at Third Coast. And again, I love improv. My son took an improv class this summer at his school, 2 weeks. He got MVP. He loved it. It brought him out of his shell. So it's important to me that improv succeeds in Nashville. Scott, thank you, buddy.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Scott Elam from Third Coast Comedy Club. Again, improv is so much fun. And like Scott talked about there, it brings you out of your shell. You meet different people. You have a great time. And again, all the legends from Saturday Night Live started somehow, some way on improv. Will Ferrell and Aykroyd and Belushi and Bill Murray, all of them started by doing improv. So it's really cool that we have that in Nashville. I'm so glad that Third Coast Comedy Club is being the forefront of that. So thank you again, Scott. All right, we'll come back. It is the best segment in America with you-know-who, Jason Goolsby. We probably won't get a lot accomplished, but we'll have fun. And that's next as he joins us right here on Mornings on Main Street.
Makes as much sense as driving drunk. Sorry, their intern. Getting yelled at by the intern. Sounds too loud. All right, there we go. All right, intern. You knocked that down, buddy. Appreciate it. Man, good job, everybody. Well done. Well done with all that. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. It is now time to bring in who we think is one of the greatest people in America. That is Jason Goolsby. How are you, man, with the inside scoop?
What's that? You know, I did not know that existed, Scott, and Third Coast. I just looked it up. I just went on their website, and this is awesome. That's
Look,
awesome.
Man, here's our goal on the show on Mornings on Main Street. Positivity, hyper local, great people, fun stories, things that are happening around Middle Tennessee, and you fit in none of those 5 categories. I'm kidding. Oh, we love you, man.
So, true story. When my wife and I got married, we went on our honeymoon to Chicago, and we went to the second city, and man, it was awesome. And then a few years ago, they had a traveling troupe that came around, and we went and watched them over at the theater in Franklin. So
that's cool.
I got an idea. If you can imagine, if I took that class at Scott's, imagine it's somebody that's just naturally as funny as I am.
Yeah, and handsome.
And handsome. And I was trained. I mean, I would be a comedic machine. I mean, there's really no stopping me.
So why don't you join this class at Third Coast?
The next class is sold out, so I'm going to. I only got to look at one. There's a couple other dates that I haven't looked at yet. So yeah, I'm going to definitely check that out.
Good. I think improv and public speaking is something that we all should somehow do and see. I mean, I know it's tough for a lot of people that have agoraphobia. I mean, I think I did at one time, fear of open places and getting touched. But you just fight through those things.
And man, it's great that your son went and took that class. You're right. I don't know how much of it they do nowadays, but there were things when I was in high school where you had contests, like FFA had a public speaking. And you're like, what does that have to do with agriculture? It was not. It was just to teach people to be able to speak in front of other people.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So Jason, Wednesday, January the 5th, the Whataburger opens in Hermitage. Now, tomorrow morning, we'll have Councilman Kevin Roten's going to join the show, talk about what it means to have that come to the area. So that's the question. That was the most asked question in 2021 to me was, hey, what about Whataburger? I'm like, I have no idea. I can only imagine you've gotten that question out here in Wilson County.
Yeah, and I've gotten it a lot because people see what's going on over in Hermitage, and so they ask me, what is that? What's going to happen here in Wilson County? So there is a summer open date for the one in Lebanon, and I didn't clarify this last time we talked about it. There's going to be 2 in Lebanon, all right, and so there's going to be one in front of the Lowe's in that out parcel there here in town. And then there's going to be one in the out parcel in front of the new Publix coming at 109. So there's, and then there's going to be the one in Mount Juliet. So there will be 3 Whataburgers in Wilson County total. And
where's the Publix on 109 coming in?
So from your direction, Joe, if you get off at 109 and take a left, like you're going towards Gallatin,
right?
Immediately on the right. Corner of 109 and Hickory Ridge Road. So
the tornado came through?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was that where Bellacino's was?
It is still there. It's a little bit farther towards Gallatin on the right.
Okay.
You can see it from there. So.
What's the opening date for that Publix?
They have not announced one yet. And,
that is your job today, is to find out, even make something up. You should have said April 31st.
It is April 31st, ironically.
That's what it's going to be.
Hey, we're about improv around here.
Right. 2022, it should be a big year, of course, around all Middle Tennessee. If I'm talking to you a year from right now, and hopefully I am, what's some of the things that we've talked about in 2022 that have happened that have just blown people away? I mean, I know the Whataburger. I know that maybe the Publix. I know you talk about the building up here where Kmart used to be. What are some things?
Well, I think the Martin Village development in Lebanon is just going to totally change the landscape, not of just that area, but of the city. 1,800 homes coming in. That's just 1,800 there. That's not counting any of the other. And that's going to be done in phases, right? It's not going to be you just drive by one day and all of a sudden there's 1,800 homes. It's going to happen in phases over time. But I think that is a game changer. There are talks of grocery stores. There will have to be, the Lebanon market is very underserved with grocery stores. They just are. Even with the one coming at 109, and so, but that development over there is going to be big in changing. And what will happen with that is it's going to change, like I said, the other businesses that come in as a result. So I think that is going to be a huge one. There was another one, and it slipped my mind.
That's okay. That's okay. I stopped listening after the first few seconds, so don't worry about it.
All right. Yeah.
Kidding. So you're going to be busy this year because, you're real estate and, people love your segment about, the inside scoop and what dirt's being moved. It's going to be a busy 2022 for you, my man.
Right. It is. And, I just had read an article the other day. Nashville is what we call a supernova city. There's a publication that is put out, and every year they designate a city is called the supernova city, meaning that it's exploding like a star at a great rate.
Oh, is that what supernova means?
Yeah.
Thought I meant some redneck guy in your class who got a souped up nova.
I thought it was an Oasis song. Champagne supernova.
Oh man, when's the supernova going to stop, man? Because it's 1,800 homes coming. I mean, it's everywhere.
Right. I remember what the next big thing was, Joe. That I forgot. There are you had asked me. You had asked me about schools.
Yes,
and so. I reached out to one of our school board members, and they have already looked at 2 different sites, have done surveys for 2 different sites to possibly buy land and build a new school, and they're going to talk about it at the January 11th meeting. So that of course that's a big process, and with that is going to come possibly there'll be talks of how do they increase the tax to pay for this. And so I was covering some county commission meetings back when the discussion was going on for Green Hill High School, which seems so long ago now, but when there comes a big expenditure of money like that, it is usually not very pleasant.
Who wants to pay more taxes, right? Nobody wants to.
Right.
All right. So, Goolsby, don't go anywhere because we have America's fastest growing game show segments up next. You know what it is?
Yeah.
Celebrity birthdays.
Yeah.
Hey, when's your birthday, by the way?
October 28th. Same as Charlie Daniels.
Mine's October 25th. We're Scorpios.
That's right.
No wonder we're best friends.
I know. Right.
Hey, all right, don't go anywhere. Celebrity birthdays with Goolsby and the intern. That's next when we come back. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. You could get arrested. But one thing's for sure, you were wrong when you said it was no big deal.
In a complex world, our greatest strength is our people. Always has been, always will be. Regular Army, National Guard, and Army Reserve. Executing every mission. Preparing for everything. And that's why people matter. Every soldier, every Army civilian, every Army family, every soldier for life. Every one of us. People who make up the best equipped, best trained, best led force in the world. People who serve something greater than themselves. Ready now, investing in the future across every domain. Because in today's complex world, When the stakes are high, America calls its army. And when that call comes, second place is not an option. We'll remain ready. We'll modernize. We'll compete. We'll fight. And we will win. Because winning matters.
Into the show. Great job, Dan. I told people that the worst day of the year is today because it's the Monday back to work after we've had some time off between Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and now it's back to reality today. So, friends, we can make it through today, which we can, and the rest of the year, easy and fun. So let's make it through today together. Is that good? And break. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Sorry, the intern's unmuted. All right, you with me, intern?
I am now.
Let's make this.
I need a fancy microphone like you guys.
No.
Yeah, we don't play around, brother. We don't play around.
I'm taking no L's in 2022.
All right, here we go. Celebrity birthdays. You know the segment. You got to get it within 2 years on either side. First up, intern. Jason, because you are the guest. You go first. The first birthday today is actor Dabney Coleman. He was in War Games. He was the bad boss in 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I'm shocked he's still alive. I had no idea.
I was too. I was like, I thought he died years ago. Dabney
Coleman.
Yeah, 86.
88.
He's 90. Intern.
Oh, gosh.
Well done. Up next. Actor-director Mel Gibson. How old is Mel Gibson? By the way, Lethal Weapon, the original, fantastic movie. Seen it 600 times.
Yeah. Mel Gibson is 72.
I'm going to say 64.
66. Intern, killing it. 2 out of the gate.
No L's, baby. Let's go.
Actress Danica McKellar. She was on The Wonder Years. This will make you feel really old, my friends. Wasn't her Winnie? Wasn't that her character?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
So she's probably only like 45.
I'm going to say 52.
47. Good job, Julesby. Actor James Marsden. He's in one of those Marvel movies. He also, fun fact, used to be married to a girl that went to Mount Juliet High School.
Oh, huh. James Marsden is 38.
45.
47. Yeah, well done.
Let's go.
Good job. It's 3-1. All right, the greatest bass player of all time, John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin. Today's his birthday.
He is 78.
71.
76. It's 3-2.
Okay.
From actress from Dallas, Victoria Principal, who used to be engaged to Andy Gibb or dated him a long time.
Very, very pretty lady, or was. Let's see. She's 74.
Let's do 78.
She's 72. We're tied at 3. We got every one of them correctly. One of the dudes in Daft Punk.
Which one?
One of the two.
Is he the one that wears the green alien mask or the white?
Yeah, it's that one. The one who wears the green. All right, go ahead.
36.
42.
47. They've been around since the late 90s.
Huh.
Former American Idol contestant, and I think she's from Gallatin, Kimberly Locke.
They got that road over there named after Lock 5 Road. But don't shut me here all week.
They've also got the thing where you're going Locked Up Drive. God. Kimberly Locke.
I don't need any comedy training. I'm already funny. 34.
31.
44. Both are all way off. All right, so next one wins. Hockey NHL legend Bobby Hull. He is a legend. Bobby Hull.
81.
73.
83. Goolsby at the buzzer with a walk-off. No. Well done. And actually, Goolsby, you tied for second most at 4 of all time. Chase McCabe has like 6.
I saw that. I watched that the other day.
You got 4. Well done, Goolsby.
Thank you.
Best part of a week, man. We love you, man.
I love you guys too.
All right, have a good day. Goolsby out here. Goolsby wins 4-3 at the buzzer on Celebrity Birthdays. And intern, Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by
possibly you.
Oh, that's so great. All right, intern, thank you, man. Good to see you on this Monday as we start the new year off. Have a good day. All right, again, thanks all for joining us this morning. Ty Fischler from Body by Ty, Luke Worsham, A to Z Sports, Scott Elam, Third Coast Comedy Club about their improv. And one of the shows already sold out. That's excellent. And, of course, Jason Goolsby. This could be a great year, guys. Get up today, have fun, smile. The roads are pretty good. You should have no problem getting to work today. As we leave you today, like we did last year, smile, be nice, let people in traffic open doors. Nobody cares about your CrossFit workout unless you're doing it for charity. Then we all care. And we always leave you with this. Remember, nobody ever went broke by giving. We'll see you tomorrow.